Joining me now is South Carolina Congresswoman Nancy Mace. Congresswoman, it's always great to have you on the program. You know, Cuomo is gone, but many Democrat governors who ordered China virus patients into nursing homes, they're still there. Virginia's Ralph Northam, he is still there. His attorney general, both, found to have appeared in blackface. That was a bit of a problem. Now the lieutenant governor there, he also had a problem with 2 credible sexual assault allegations lodged against him. And of course, Joe Biden's getting credibly accused of sexual assault by Tara Reade. Why do you think Cuomo had to go when the rest of these cats are escaping culpability?
I think he's an easy scapegoat for others who've been accused of the exact same thing. And for Cuomo to say today he wants to do the right thing, well, the right thing to do would have been last year when he put thousands of nursing home patients' lives at risk into fatal facilities where they were spreading COVID to the elderly in New York. He should have gone then, but instead he made millions of dollars, aided and abetted by mainstream media, off a disastrous management of COVID-19 in New York. But he's an easy scapegoat today for others who've done virtually the same thing in other places around the country.
Well, we mentioned sizable number of Republicans supported Biden's infrastructure deal that actually balloons the debt by, I think, $256 billion was the number I saw. Now, conservatives say this is simply a down payment on Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's Green New Deal. Now, the Democrats are poised to pass another $3.5 trillion budget-busting spending bill. Question, is the modern-day Republican Party equipped or inclined to oppose this current socialist Democrat Party?
Well, I can tell you conservative Republicans in the House of Representatives will absolutely 100% oppose this, quote, bipartisan legislation because it truly is a down payment. This $1.2 trillion, Nancy Pelosi has made very clear she will not bring up the infrastructure bill for a vote until they determine and decide how they're going to spend another $3.5 trillion on AOC and Bernie Sanders' socialist-style spending spree that'll be coming up in the next few days or weeks in the Senate for a vote. So it absolutely is a down payment on a larger social spending package for the rest of the country, which it's so remarkably, it astounds me that this is happening because the November election was not a mandate on socialism. Nancy Pelosi only has a 3-person majority in the House right now. This is not a mandate on AOC and progressive policies.
Yeah. Fauci out there on another network today saying that these are extraordinary times, so they require extraordinary measures. And he's talking about mandates, vaccine mandates. And the mask mandates are being issued by left-wingers, contrary to certain governors' orders. As you know, governments are now mandating vaccines, whether it be Washington State or what they're doing to our military, contrary to traditional vaccines, which have decades of medical data to draw from. That the China virus vaccines are literally months old. Are mandates wise with the deficit of data that we have on the virus and the vaccines?
Well, look, the CDC was given $42 billion last year and didn't do a single study on kids in masks or masks and the spread of COVID-19, none of that. If you are afraid of getting or contracting COVID-19, nothing is preventing you from getting a vaccination or wearing a mask or 2 masks or 3 masks today. You can do that today. The government doesn't have to tell you to do that. This is a healthcare decision that individuals and families should be able to make on their own with their doctor or their healthcare provider to make the best decision for them. Not everybody, the vast majority of people in this country do not live in hot zones right now. And many of us are taking our own personal precautions based on the statistics and the data that we have out there, which is what we should continue to do.
Well, and the hysterical left has resorted to rather extraordinary measures to shame people into either masking up or taking these vaccines. Local school board member in Oklahoma said yesterday that she's worried that small children might, quote, murder each other by spreading the China virus without wearing masks. Watch.
If I were a parent of a young child, I don't know what I would do. But I don't think we should put our parents in that position. And if there's any way between now and the beginning of school that we can get this changed, I hope we can, because it's just not okay for kids to commit murder by coming to school without a mask. And when it comes down to it, it's possible. they will cause a death of another child because they come to school without a mask.
So crazy. I can think of one country causing murders around the world, and that is China, who started this virus in a lab in Wuhan. The far left, they want to teach our kids that they're racist or that they're victims or that they're oppressed. And now they want to teach our kids that they're murderers. I mean, this is such insanity. I don't even know how this person is in any official capacity to make statements like that. That's insanity to me.
Yeah, there are communists out there that are the enemies of most civilized people. To the American left, the parents and kids are now the enemies. Congresswoman Nancy Mace, always a pleasure to talk with you, lady. We'll talk again soon.